At the Mammoth site in Hot Springs, South Dakota. Heading for the bone bed, so it says. Each one. This is number 3. Are we supposed to start at number 1? Start here, it says. Mammoth tusks. Eye socket, nasal cavity, left tusk socket, right tusk socket. Front, the forehead.
The majority of plant remains recovered from the
Same as what we just watched.
Sounds like it. So the red is the edge of the sinkhole.
Celtis and sedges, carex, with small areas of scattered
There's a sinkhole and all the it was full of water and all the critters fell inside it.
See where we were. The bottom of it, this is where that sidewalk is. So they've dug down that much more.
very slippery. When the mammoths were in characterized by a series of ridges.
Apparently those are hip
Is
bones.
the flat chewing surface of 2 upper molars from a Columbia mammoth. These teeth provide information on the
Apparently
individual age of the mammoth.
this was 25 feet underwater. And they figured the
And help
top
scientists
of the sinkhole was as high as the rafters,
of
which
this
is
fossil specimen.
whatever that is, 60 feet probably.
Approximately 38 years old. Ready to go on? Head further up the ramp to station 2 and look
And
for
this had
flags
6 sets of molars.
Site sinkhole pond that you are now standing on the edge of. contains skeletal remains that researchers feel belong to both Columbian and woolly mammoths. In front of you are two upside-down skulls. Slightly to your right is a skull next to flag 4. This is a Columbian mammoth, with its molars oriented up and the tusk sockets pointed to the right. Further to your left against the wall is a woolly mammoth skull below flag 5. Mammoths typically would have 4 sets of teeth in their mouth at any one time. Each tooth row would have up to 6 teeth through the course of their life. At the overlook, you will have another view of these two skulls. Although the common dinosaur bone and these mammoth bones are all fossils, the mammoth site bones have not had mineral replacement of the organic material and are not petrified. Instead, the warm water of the pond leached out all the organic material, leaving behind a mere fragile skeletal remnant. Because of this, a plastic preservative solution has to be soaked into the bones to conserve them for view and study.
So none of these are fossilized. They're
Now look straight across.
preserved because they're
between the two
underwater.
skulls to the wall.
So
First,
they've had
notice
to
the
add preservative
layers
to the
of
bone.
sediments.
The mammoth pelvis.
Notice the two fan-shaped blades of the hip bone, as you saw at flag 2. Below each blade is the overlay bone, femur, the kneecap, the lower legs, both the tibia and fibula, and various bones of the feet. Upon his death, this mammoth became lodged belly to the wall. Either the upper half of the carcass was preserved and then eroded away before researchers could excavate it, or only this part of the decaying carcass settled in this section of the pond to become buried. Take a look at the number of isolated tusks in the area immediately below where you are standing. Realize that tusks are ever-growing teeth and are only loosely connected into the socket of a skull. Because of this, they can easily slide out of the socket while the carcass is decomposing. There are no tusks in the lower jaw of elephants and mammoths, but some distant relatives have tusks in both upper and lower jaws. Thus far, there are 122 tusks recovered in the sinkhole, and knowing that each individual had only 2 tusks when it died, a minimum of 61 mammoths are currently exposed. Only 2 mammoths have been identified as the smaller woolly mammoth.
Only 2 woolly mammoths in here, and the rest are Columbian mammoths out of 62.
Note the number of lower jaws in this same area. Look down to the lower
The
jaw.
red is the
below
edge of the
flag 9.
sinkhole again.
All mammoths and elephants have flat grinding teeth made up of a number of vertically aligned plates cemented together. As these plates erode through chewing, they become the ideal shears for grinding up grasses and sedges, which paleontologists determined
Later settlement. It's a sinkhole over 190,000 years. Encased and preserved the remains of the mammals. Very colored sediment is a spearfish shale. Outer edge of the sinkhole. Positive 250 million years.
animals probably were able to clamber out.
These are all pictures from back when they started it. Before the building was here, I guess. Short-faced bear.
Walking up the pathway.
reflection on it. That's where the short-faced bears were. Top predators. Polar bear, humans, brown bear, black bear, saber-toothed cat, giant short-faced bear, American lion, gray wolves, cougars, and American cheetah. Or bear's leg special. Our claws formed. What do bear claws tell us? Oh, look at the size of the... Here's my hand. That's not very good. Still, those are 4-inch long claws on the Kodiak. This is a skull. The short-faced bear. The bones of a giant short-faced bear. Here it is in comparison to our normal bears that we have now. American black bear, Kodiak brown bear, polar bear, and the giant short-faced bear. Polar bear looks pretty friendly. I'd want to meet one unless he was friendly. Short-faced bear, 15'4" he can reach. 12'8" for a polar bear. Shallow end of the sinkhole. Elephants compared to the woolly mammal. Mammoth, 4 meters for the mammoth, 3.4 for an African elephant. Woolly mammoth, 3 meters, an Asian elephant. And pygmy mammoth, 1.8. I think they would be lowering the walkways, not raising them.
I don't know how many years it's been open.
Must have told us somewhere. This is an ongoing excavation. It says 3 months a year they dig. And they spend the rest of the year analyzing what they've dug. Position. They died and slumped forward. And these were all in a pond at one point. They all drowned, sunk to the bottom of the pond. Bone bed sediments go down at least 65 feet, 20 meters. The hole is one of 3 drill core samples that were taken. Go down 65 more feet. Wow. Could be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them in here. They don't know, I guess, till they dig them up.
That was in 74, and they didn't start doing this till 83.
Number 10 is where the first bulldozer uncovered the first tusk. That's when they stopped and called in paleontologists to come and see what it was that they ran into, and apparently this is what it is. They've been digging it ever since 1974.
Which was likely 90 to 95 degrees Fahrenheit, 32 to 35 degrees Celsius.
Quite a pile of bones.
The water and vegetation surely enticed herbivores to enter the sinkhole. The calm water might not have looked all that deep here. This end was shallow, but it quickly dropped to some 60 feet deep. Researchers feel that it is this west end of the sinkhole where the mammoths entered.
The pit is flag 12. This locates the position of the skull of the extinct giant short-faced bear that was recovered in 1983. The skull you see is a replica of the original, which is kept in collections so it can be studied by researchers. Except for the short-faced bear skull you see here and the Sinbad mammoth replica at stop 10, the bones and tusks inside the sinkhole are original bones. Whether this bear met its match with a not-so-dead mammoth or just became entrapped in the sinkhole, this skeleton divulges to scientists that this largest of bears once roamed the Black Hills during the Ice Age.
Where's the bear one?
12.
Number 12? There's the bear one in there, Dave. See any specific one?
No, the skull's not there. The skull is a replica or something. The other one's hidden someplace where they're working on it.
A full-grown adult male giant short-faced bear standing on 4 legs would have been able to look someone 5 foot 10 inches, 2 meters, directly in the eye. When the bear stood up on its hind legs, the claws could have reached as high as 15 feet, 5 meters. This is tall enough to touch the shoulder of a Columbian mammoth. In modern terms, the bear could look into a second-story window. Now, turn around and head further along the pathway, passing the stairs to the overlook.
Single mammoth skull with a jacket can weigh over 800 pounds. Overhead crane down there that they use. One-ton capacity. Didn't go too overly large. Elevator for handicapped folk. Bones in here for sure.
It may be determined that this skeleton also has 2 tusks remaining in the skull.
Two best specimens down. Still have the tusks attached.
If you were here in the Ice Age when those bones were just settling to the bottom of the pond, you would be in the middle of a warm water pond, treading water, looking for a way out of this hole, where the only potential way out might be behind you, where the edges of the pond might be less abrupt. At one time, the water was 50 to 60 feet deep.
What's the difference between a Columbian and woolly mammoth? That's what I'd say. What's the difference? They're pretty large looking critters here. excavation that 1/8 of an inch at a time, eh? This is Napoleon from down closer here. There's the two skulls that were intact with the tusks still attached to them. Never mind 1,000 years ago, it's not right. 40,000 years ago. That's 50,000 years. And about 20 feet. 5.5 meters. It's 10 feet every 25,000 years. Takes a while, eh?
Drill a hole and do the measurements. Go and pick that up. All the holes where they decided how many years.
Core samples or something. See if there's any more bones in there. I don't know what. Got some paleontologists hard at work. Scraping little tiny bones. Very meticulous work. That's for sure. Excuse me. Yes, thank you. Long old day. In the day, you went about an inch. That's pretty dang cool. Apparently this is the best site in North America for mammoth bones, and there's lots of other critters in here too. There's a sinkhole. The animals fell in and couldn't get out. It was filled with water and they sunk to the bottom and continued to fill with sediment. There's, like say, 190,000 years at the bottom, 140 at the top, so 50,000 years. Go 20 feet or whatever that is, 6 meters, roughly. Pretty cool. Napoleon again from this angle. And the next building over, Snake River fossil site. Understanding the Snake River site. They always have bright lights in these places. It makes it hard to read this stuff. I film this stuff. If people want to watch it, they can pause it and read it. I do that later myself. Bison in North America. The bison, the bison priscus, extinct ancient bison. 8 feet. There's a metric for our metric friends. Little babies. baby woolly mammoth was discovered in 2007, northwest Siberia. First mummified woolly mammoth found on the Eurasian continent. Other permafrost treasures. Animal dung. Bad hair day. I guess you can scan those. It's a dire wolf. California condor. Harlan's ground sloth. This guy's a pretty large one. About 8 feet tall. We got here saber-tooth. Saber-tooth cat. Got some pretty good fangs on him there. 5-inch molars or ground sloth. Almost. Ground sloth skull. Ground sloths. These are pretty large critters. There's what they look like there, apparently. Weird and wonderful world of the Ice Age. Armadillos. Giant armadillo skull. That's just what a giant armadillo looks like. It's a mammoth femur. Use my hand for scale. different antelope type critters that's been in North America over time. Lights are quite bright. Get that without the light in. Ferguson family collection. There's quite a collection of Indian spearheads and arrowheads. Pretty cool.
Bones of the mammoth were used to gut and clean the mammoth.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they made tools out of them to...
Self-cleaning.
Yeah.
The Clovis culture. They still don't quite know what happened to them, but Mammoth butchery site. Large game hunting of the Great Plains. Kids' cave. Spot the kids can come in and play in the sand.
I found a dinosaur bone. Oh, this is it.
Kids in action. Gift shop. Lots of mammoths to choose from. Little stuffed mammoth toys. Hot Springs bison.